for me, if I had grown up knowing who I was more clearly before I found it out, which wasn't until I hit my late 30s, early 40s, a couple years ago, it would have been a different life. So I'm always excited to just see these kids grow up knowing more of the truth of who they are and coming from that place of power where they never have to be victims. They don't have to live in this world of having attitude and being upset with everything because they know who they are. And anytime they veer into that position, there's always someone around them, like me, to tell them that you're not being your divine self here. Who are you really? And they pop right back 99% of the time. So here to give us our spiritual food this morning, please welcome William Rose Hines.
I have big shoes to fill. I was lucky enough to be able to talk about this when I was also the co-director at camp. Granted, a little more nervous today because I have my girlfriend watching today. But okay, so how many of you have heard the song Waiting on the World to Change by John Mayer?
Yeah.
Granted, John Mayer fans, cool. So the morning I was supposed to talk at camp, I didn't know I was supposed to talk at camp. I went up to Janet Quino, who leads the camp, and I asked for the names of the evening speakers, and she was like, well, it's you. And having nothing to talk about, I was like thinking through my head, oh God, what am I going to say? I'm going to embarrass myself. And then I remembered that morning when I woke up, to pump myself up, I was listening to the song Waiting on the World to Change by John Mayer. And I was really getting into it. I was like jamming out. And then I realized, this is a bullshit message. Specifically at a camp teaching us the exact opposite. And I realized that that's something that's really prevalent throughout most of my generation, because we don't, or else we're convinced that we don't have that cause. Before us, people have had Vietnam and had things, civil rights, things that invoked their outrage so that they thought, oh, now I need to step in and change the world. But we don't have that. And officially, the generation coming after World War II were dubbed the Lost Generation because the entire world was converted into total war. And when that was over, they didn't have anything to motivate them. And I feel like a lot of my generation are actually the lost generation because we're convinced that we don't have something to do. And that's sad because it's bullshit. I can't speak for anyone but myself, but often I come here and I'm in the team group and I'm taking in the message and I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. That's awesome. I need to bring that into my life. Cool, see you next week. And I leave, and I don't always, 1% of the time, don't apply it to my life. And that's sad. Because every time I'm here, I see this crazy abundance of love and divine knowledge and all this stuff that so many people are not as privileged as myself to have grown up in and to have. And you know what, if we could, my generation, in this section of the house, I don't know how old the rest of you are, my generation might actually be able to say they're the first to change the world by giving it something, rather than taking away something negative. Yeah. And how awesome would that be? And so, I ended talking at camp by making everyone promise that if they wouldn't give up on trying to change the world with the love we have here every Sunday, and not leaving it at the door like a raincoat, but actually taking with them and influencing everyone with that love and with that divine passion, then I would do the same. And I wouldn't give up on my generation yet. And I really haven't. So, with that in mind, let's go into our affirmation. So I'm going to read it once, and then I invite you guys to read it twice with me. I step into my greatness and let it rip. Really fitting. So I invite you, it'll be on your little booklet that you have, this little neat little card, if you all want to read it with me. We're going to do it twice over, okay? I step into my greatness and let it rip. Okay, one more time. I step into my greatness and let it rip. Awesome. So I invite you all to close your eyes and feel comfortable. And sit in the knowingness that all is perfect, and that all is love, and that this this divine passion that we feel every Sunday is our cause to change the world, whether you're part of my generation or not, because it'd be a waste to not let it change. I recognize this, and I recognize that this divine love flows through each one of us with passion and with strength. I see it in every single person sitting here and online. And I know this, and I give thanks for every bit of love I share and I experience through the eyes of everyone I know. Because all is perfect, and all is God. And I know that this is already happening as I speak it. It is going into law and being amplified into the universe imaginably. And I release this word knowing that it's happened, as we all say, and so it is.
Amplified into the universe abundantly. That was pretty amazing. That was good. Thank you. Yeah, that was good. And you know what? There really is no such thing as improv. What there is letting inspiration flow through you, which you just did. So that was great. I'll let you start treating at the house now. So, come on up, teens. So, this song was picked by Rachel Bork. She sent me this song and asked if the teens could sing it. And so they have learned it. It was a perfect song to conclude our month with. And so here is Will and Quest, somewhere around here. Oh, there he is, getting his ukulele. Great. Electric ukulele. Good. Let's see where your mouth is. Yep, you're good. Okay, here they are, the teens of Novo.